Archangel Michael is crying while begging you. A 2-minute miracle is coming right in front of you. But you have just 35 minutes left to open this before it's gone forever. My child, my beloved, I am not speaking calmly today. I am not standing still with folded hands. I am crying out from heaven's gates. The time has come to say what I was forbidden to reveal until now. I was sent to protect you. But this time I am not just protecting you from danger. I am protecting you from missing the very miracle that has your name written into it. Listen carefully, because this message was almost stopped not once but 3 times before finally reaching you. And I had to weep before God, pleading for permission before this could be opened for your eyes only. My child, please don't delay. What I'm about to say can only be received with a heart that's still open and ready. My child, my beloved, even as you read this now, a divine countdown has begun. 35 minutes from now, the window will close, and what's coming is unlike anything you've ever seen. It's not just a blessing. It is the unlocking of something your soul has been waiting for in silence. You asked heaven for a shift, a sign, a reason to keep holding on. And that sign is arriving, but only if you respond now. This is not one of those messages meant for others. This is not a general word. This is your moment, and it is passing quickly. And if you look away for too long, the miracle will pass by your doorstep without landing in your hands. My child, my beloved, before I go on, I need you to understand why this message is private. Why only you were chosen to see it. There are 2 angels beside you right now holding something sealed in gold. This scroll carries instructions. Inside it is a financial breakthrough, a health restoration, a family miracle, or even all 3. But it is written with invisible ink that only reveals itself when you say yes in trust. Don't let fear or delay rob you of what God has already commanded to be released. Don't listen to the enemy's lie that tells you nothing ever changes. This time everything changes. But you must act before this 35-minute window closes for good. My child, my beloved, do not scroll past this. Don't go looking for another message to tell you what you already know in your heart. This is the one. You've been feeling the pressure, the heaviness, the waiting. And I'm here to tell you, the wait was not punishment. It was preparation. Heaven had to hold back this miracle because there was too much noise around your life. But now heaven is quieting the storm and sending this message in stillness. I was told to come with urgency, and I am not calm, because if you miss this moment, you will cry for what could have been yours. Please don't let that happen. My child, my beloved, subscribe now so this divine chain is not broken. You don't even realize that your click, your yes, your act of receiving it breaks the curse and unlocks the promise. Yes, the simple act of not skipping, not scrolling, not doubting. That is the obedience God is watching for. Subscribe below so heaven knows you've received it. You don't need to understand it all yet. Just say yes. Just say yes before the time runs out. Because this is not just about today. It's about a 2-minute miracle that can rewrite years of pain in an instant. My child, my beloved, I see something glowing beside your bed tonight. There is a reason your sleep has been restless. There is a reason your heart keeps waking at odd hours. It's because your spirit has been sensing this moment coming. And now that it's here, don't make the mistake of treating it like every other word. Don't assume this is just another message. This one was sealed in heaven's vault and unsealed only minutes ago. God waited until the exact right second to release this. and it is meant to collide with your timeline. Right now, not tomorrow, not next week. Now, my child, my beloved. I am crying as I speak this because I already saw what would happen if you ignore it. I saw a vision where you looked back months from now, wondering why you missed your turn, wondering why others moved forward while you stayed stuck, wondering where the door went, and I saw you whisper to God, "Did I miss it?" And he said, "I sent the message, but they didn't open it." Don't let that be your story. Let this be the moment you change your own prophecy by choosing to believe before you see. My child, my beloved, I must now tell you what I saw this morning. I was standing at the edge of your future watching something being written. It was not in English. It was not in any human language. It was in the language of light written in the air like golden fire. And it spelled your name, not just your first name, but the secret name that only God knows. That name was being attached to something worth more than all you've lost. And it is flying toward you now like a scroll from heaven's treasury. But it will dissolve if you don't open your heart right now. My child, my beloved, I am not threatening you. I am pleading. I am begging. Archangels don't usually cry, but I have because I fought for this to reach you in time. I had to ask for divine override to break the resistance around your timeline. There was a delay in your life that was not your fault, but it needed permission to be removed. And now that the permission has been granted, the miracle is moving, but it's delicate. It's light sensitive. It's time sensitive. It will disappear the moment you decide to scroll past. You have 35 minutes. But that's not 35 minutes to decide. That's 35 minutes to respond. My child, my beloved, I saw a number carved into stone. 2, not 20, not 200, just 2. 2 minutes. That's how close the miracle is to you now. God has not forgotten you. In fact, He has preserved you for this exact moment. The reason so many things didn't work out before is because this was the real turning point all along. You were kept hidden. You were blocked for a reason. But now the block is removed, and the blessing has begun moving. But remember, this is not a gift that waits. It's a miracle that moves. And if you don't match its speed, it will move past you. My child, my beloved, I am not threatening you. I am pleading. I am begging. Archangels don't usually cry, but I have because I fought for this to reach you in time. I had to ask for divine override to break the resistance around your timeline. There was a delay in your life that was not your fault, but it needed permission to be removed. And now that the permission has been granted, the miracle is moving, but it's delicate. It's light sensitive. Your support really helps the channel grow. A $10 super thanks would mean a lot. Thanks. It's time sensitive. It will disappear the moment you decide to scroll past. You have 35 minutes, but that's not 35 minutes to decide. That's 35 minutes to respond. My child, my beloved, I saw a number carved into stone. 2, not 20, not 200, just 2. 2 minutes. That's how close the miracle is to you now. God has not forgotten you. In fact, He has preserved you for this exact moment. The reason so many things didn't work out before is because this was the real turning point all along. You were kept hidden. You were blocked for a reason. But now the block is removed, and the blessing has begun moving. But remember, this is not a gift that waits. It's a miracle that moves. And if you don't match its speed, it will move past you. My child, my beloved, I need you to know something few people are ever told. Before your birth, your name was whispered in heaven. Not once, but 3 times. And each time, angels were assigned to guard the gates of your destiny. That means every delay, every rejection, every closed door was not a punishment but a preservation. It was heaven's way of saying not yet, not here, not with them. But now I have been commanded to blow the trumpet that signals the unlocking of your promise. That promise is not distant. It is standing right in front of you, invisible to the eyes of doubt, but visible to the eyes of trust. And trust is all you need in this moment. Not perfection, not preparation, just trust, just obedience. And time is running out. My child, my beloved, the reason this miracle is so fragile yet so powerful is because it's tied to a divine alignment that only happens once in a generation. You think you're just opening a message, but heaven sees it as a doorway that leads to the next version of your life. That's why the enemy has tried to distract you so many times. That's why delays and discouragement have chased you. Because this message is a weapon, and once you receive it, the chains that were tied to your progress will begin to melt. Not break, melt, softly, gently, completely, but only if you open it before the 35-minute window ends. That's how precise this miracle is. It is coded in the timing of heaven's calendar. And right now, you are standing at the edge of it. My child, my beloved, the time has come to speak a truth you've been sensing but didn't know how to explain. There has been a blockage over your finances. And it wasn't just bad luck. It wasn't just your mistake. It was a coordinated spiritual sabotage that was designed to keep you operating in cycles. Moments of hope followed by sudden collapse. Every time you took a step forward, something invisible pulled you 2 steps back. And yet you never gave up. That's why this message is being released. Because you didn't curse the storm. You endured it. And heaven has chosen this moment to reward that unseen faith. The financial breakthrough is not coming. It is already on the way. But it will pass you unless you do something now. You must open. You must believe. You must receive. My child, my beloved, I was there when a decision was made in your favor in a heavenly meeting not long ago. 3 beings spoke your name. One of them wept as they spoke it because they remembered your secret prayers, the ones you whispered with your head down and tears running silently. No one knew, but we knew. And now I am here as heaven's witness to confirm that what you asked for in those prayers, the restoration, the rescue, the recognition has been approved. It has been wrapped and is being carried by a fast-moving angel who will not delay. But this angel cannot hand it over unless your heart says yes in full surrender. This isn't about how holy you feel. This isn't about how ready you think you are. This is about obedience. And you are closer than you think. My child, my beloved, there are 2 people around you who are not just watching you. They are extracting from you silently. These are not strangers. These are not enemies in the obvious sense. They are close. One is quiet about it. The other has convinced themselves they're helping you by withholding. But I must reveal what has been hidden. They are taking what belongs to you and they are doing it with a smile. This is why your money feels like it disappears. This is why you work, wait, trust, and yet feel stuck. But heaven is not blind. And God is not passive. He has sent me to unseal this secret and say no more. Not one more drop of your blessing will be stolen. If you obey this message now, my child, my beloved, When God gives a warning, it is never to scare you. It is to save you. Right now, this is not a message of fear, but of intervention. And I must tell you in all truth, if you walk away from this moment, those two people will continue to prosper using what was yours. The spiritual leaks must be sealed now. That is why this is time-sensitive. That is why this message is not for tomorrow. Delay is the greatest thief of miracles. And I am standing here today to command delay to be broken off your life. But I cannot do that without your response. I cannot override your will. That is why I'm begging you. Not because I am weak, but because your moment is fragile and it needs you to believe again. My child, my beloved, subscribe now if you haven't already. This is your signal to heaven that you are listening, that you are ready, that you are not asleep. Something sacred happens when you say yes. You align your timeline with the divine. You take back the pen from the hand of fear and place it in the hand of God. The next 35 minutes matter more than the last 5 years. What was blocked can be released in one divine moment. But your yes must be loud enough for heaven to hear. Don't wait. Don't assume. Don't gamble. This is not the kind of message that repeats itself. My child, my beloved, subscribe now if you haven't already. This is your signal to heaven that you are listening, that you are ready, that you are not asleep. Something sacred happens when you say yes. You align your timeline with the divine. You take back the pen from the hand of fear and place it in the hand of God. The next 35 minutes matter more than the last 5 years. What was blocked can be released in one divine moment. But your yes must be loud enough for heaven to hear. Don't wait. Don't assume. Don't gamble. This is not the kind of message that repeats itself. My child, my beloved, I see visions opening like scrolls. One shows a courtroom in heaven where an angel stood and argued on your behalf. They said, but they didn't know. They didn't see what was being taken. And God responded, then send Michael. Send him to show them what eyes cannot see. That's why I'm here. I am that angel. I am that messenger. I've been assigned to bring light to what darkness tried to keep buried. And now I'm telling you with the fullness of heaven's authority, you are not going to be robbed anymore. You are not going to be betrayed silently. But you must believe me. You must act fast. My child, my beloved, even as these words reach you, there is a change in the atmosphere around your room. Have you noticed the light feels different? Have you felt sudden warmth, a flicker, a weight on your chest that feels like it's lifting? That is not imagination. That is the arrival of the miracle cloud. And it doesn't stay long. It moves to the one who responds. It delivers to the one who recognizes. It settles only where honor lives. If you want this miracle to land in your house, your life, your bank account, your relationships, you must invite it with immediate surrender. There are 2 minutes before it reaches your door. Will it stop or will it pass? My child, my beloved, you were not forgotten. You were not ignored. You were hidden for protection. But now heaven is pulling back the veil and angels are releasing what was delayed. This moment, this message, it is the divine permission for things to finally move. You may not understand how or why, but you will soon see the fruit. All you must do is obey. And obeying looks like opening your heart, like saying yes when everything in you wants to doubt. It means not skipping, not scrolling, not questioning, just saying, God, I receive. Say it now before the miracle leaves your house untouched. My child, my beloved, something sacred is happening behind the scenes right now. Even while you read this, I want you to hear me clearly. The miracle is already prepared. It's not being built. It's not being developed. It's already wrapped, approved, stamped, and on its way to you. What God has for you is not delayed in heaven. It's only been delayed in the earth realm because you didn't have the right timing, the right message, the right moment. But now you do. This is the moment. This is the reason your soul has been restless lately. You felt it in your chest that something is coming, but you couldn't explain it. I'm telling you now, this is what your spirit has been trying to interpret. This message is not words. It is a divine signal from God to you alone. If you skip it, everything stays the same. But if you listen now, everything begins to shift. My child, my beloved, the reason the enemy is panicking right now is because he knows what happens when you finally see the truth. There are two people in your family who have been extracting from you slowly, secretly. They don't even feel guilty about it. One hides it with kindness. The other hides it behind excuses. But I, Archangel Michael, see behind the veil, and I was sent to confront what you've been too kind to confront. This is about your money. It's about the favor that keeps slipping through your hands like water. And if you don't recognize this pattern and respond to it now, the next blessing will be stolen too. But if you open your heart and take this seriously, the power of heaven will block every hand that has been touching what was never theirs. My child, my beloved, I was commanded to tell you something shocking. The miracle that's coming doesn't just fix your life, it exposes theirs. This is why God waited to release it, because this miracle is double-edged. It will elevate you, but it will also bring clarity to every person who's been taking advantage of your grace. God has been silent long enough. He has let people think they were getting away with it, but now justice is rising in your life. You've waited, you've prayed, you've forgiven, you've endured, but now it's time to receive. But only if you obey. Only if you trust this moment is real. My child, my beloved, this miracle is not going to knock twice. And I say that with love and urgency. It is passing by your house. Your very location has been highlighted in the spiritual realm. And there is a cloud moving, and you are either going to be drenched in the blessing or left untouched because of hesitation. Do not hesitate. Do not tell yourself maybe later. This is not the kind of thing you can circle back to. Heaven has no repeat button. If you treat this moment casually, the blessing will move to the next door. Not because God is cruel, but because miracles require matching energy. And if your trust does not rise now, it won't meet the moment it was designed for. My child, my beloved, someone tried to silence your voice years ago. They made you doubt your own worth. And because of that, you've been playing small. You've been afraid to believe that you are chosen. But I need you to know on behalf of heaven, God did not choose the wrong person. He chose you. You are not reading this by accident. I'm not reaching out to the wrong person. This message is yours. The miracle is yours. The restoration is yours. And now you must make the decision that changes everything. Open your spirit. Say yes. Accept what heaven is sending before it passes you. My child, my beloved, this miracle is not going to knock twice. And I say that with love and urgency. It is passing by your house. Your very location has been highlighted in the spiritual realm, and there is a cloud moving, and you are either going to be drenched in the blessing or left untouched because of hesitation. Do not hesitate. Do not tell yourself maybe later. This is not the kind of thing you can circle back to. Heaven has no repeat button. If you treat this moment casually, the blessing will move to the next door, not because God is cruel, but because miracles require matching energy. And if your trust does not rise now, it won't meet the moment it was designed for. My child, my beloved, someone tried to silence your voice years ago. They made you doubt your own worth. And because of that, you've been playing small. You've been afraid to believe that you are chosen. But I need you to know on behalf of heaven, God did not choose the wrong person. He chose you. You are not reading this by accident. I'm not reaching out to the wrong person. This message is yours. The miracle is yours. The restoration is yours. And now you must make the decision that changes everything. Open your spirit. Say yes. Accept what heaven is sending before it passes you. My child, my beloved, I don't want you to find out weeks from now what you missed. I don't want you to walk into February still carrying January's delay. I don't want you to keep checking your bank account with anxiety. I want you to wake up tomorrow with peace. I want you to feel what it's like when heaven sends provision without warning. I want you to know the joy of receiving what was always yours but was delayed because others kept taking from your overflow. Today is when that curse breaks, but only if you listen, only if you believe, only if you take this warning seriously. My child, my beloved, it is no longer time for second chances. It is time for final calls. I am not whispering today. I am shouting from the spirit realm. Wake up. Look, listen. Open. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. And you are not too late, but you are close. 35 minutes was all heaven gave. And now fewer remain. Every second you hesitate, the miracle takes a step away. It is circling. It is watching. It is waiting. But it will not pause forever. It will find the heart that is most ready. I want that heart to be yours. And God wants that too. But He cannot force you to say yes. My child, my beloved, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Not later. Not when the video ends. Now, this is your act of obedience. This is your way of telling heaven, I'm not missing this. And trust me, even this act is seen. Angels are watching. There are divine timestamps being recorded. Every move of faith counts right now. Every second matters. The moment you subscribe, you are not just supporting a message. You are sealing your place in a divine timeline. Don't break the chain. Don't break the connection. My child, my beloved, there is something I must reveal before this window closes. A divine deposit, not symbolic but financial, was approved in your name. It is already here hovering, but it is waiting for an instruction. Cannot land without a target. Your act of faith is that target. What you do next decides if it stays or goes. Please hear me. Heaven has already said yes. The only yes missing is yours. And if you walk away now, you will never know what had your name on it. Don't live with that kind of regret. Live with the miracle instead. My child, my beloved, the reason I speak with fire today is because what's coming is closer than ever before. The door is open. The veil is thin. The time is short. And your name is being spoken in high places. I saw it. I heard it. And I am here to confirm it. But you must believe this moment is holy. You must believe this message is real. Not every message carries this weight. Not every message comes with an angelic seal, but this one does, and it will never come again in this form. The choice is now, my child, my beloved. The hour is more serious than you think. There are moments when heaven whispers, and then there are moments when heaven cries out. This is one of those rare moments. That's why I, Archangel Michael, have been permitted to come with this level of urgency. You are not just reading a message. You are standing at the very border between what was meant for you and what almost got taken by someone else. And yes, I said taken because someone close to you has been positioning themselves for a harvest that does not belong to them. You were too trusting. You gave too much. You forgave too quickly. But God saw it all. And now justice is riding on the wings of this message. This divine warning is not to scare you. It is to give you back the power that was silently drained from you for too long. My child, my beloved, I must tell you what I've been commanded to reveal. Even if it shocks you, there is a financial transfer that was not supposed to go to them. It was meant for you, and even now, that transfer is hanging in the spirit like a scroll sealed with gold. It has not landed yet because it is waiting for your yes. The scroll knows who it belongs to, and your response will decide if it settles in your life or flies past to another. You may think, how could something like this be real? But I tell you the truth, your name is written on a divine deposit. You don't need to figure out the how. You only need to believe the who, and that who is the God who has kept count of every sacrifice, every silent suffering, every tear you never let fall in public. My child, my beloved, I have not been this serious in a long time. There is an opening in your timeline like a rip in fabric. And what you do right now determines what flows through it. If you hesitate, the rip seals itself. If you act in faith, the blessing will pour through like rain through an open roof. You have been covered in drought for too long. This message is the sound of clouds forming, but you must position your heart to receive it. Don't delay. Don't debate. Don't overthink it. Just open your spirit and say, God, I'm ready. I don't want to miss what you've been holding back for this moment. My child, my beloved, I have not been this serious in a long time. There is an opening in your timeline like a rip in fabric. And what you do right now determines what flows through it. If you hesitate, the rip seals itself. If you act in faith, the blessing will pour through like rain through an open roof. You have been covered in drought for too long. This message is the sound of clouds forming, but you must position your heart to receive it. Don't delay. Don't debate. Don't overthink it. Just open your spirit and say, God, I'm ready. I don't want to miss what you've been holding back for this moment. My child, my beloved, you've been sensing a divine countdown, even if you couldn't explain it. Waking at unusual hours, feeling urgency in your chest. That was not anxiety. That was your spirit picking up on the movement of angels. We have been preparing this moment for you, clearing the path, opening the seal, fighting off distractions. And now it's here. And the miracle is standing on the edge of your belief. It will either walk in or walk away. And heaven has made it clear. It will not wait long. This blessing has too much weight to stay where it is not honored. My child, my beloved, subscribe if you haven't already. I cannot stress this enough. This message is not just a video. It's a spiritual alignment test. Heaven is watching to see who honors this word. This is the kind of message that only appears when something big is about to happen. And by subscribing, you are not just joining something. You are signaling heaven with your yes. You are declaring, I receive the miracle that was delayed. I refuse to let it pass again. Don't let fear tell you this isn't for you. It's because of who you are that this was sent. It's because of your unseen battles that this moment was authorized. My child, my beloved, there is a place in heaven where decisions about your life were made long before you were born. And one of those decisions was about timing. The exact second your miracle would arrive. This is that moment. This is that time. I would not be sent with this intensity if this were optional. It's not. There is something that will not wait another day to be delivered. And it will either find a ready heart or a distracted one. I pray you are ready. I pray you are awake. I pray you're still reading because that means your spirit is responding. My child, my beloved, I need you to forgive yourself for not recognizing this sooner. For all the times you ignored divine nudges. For the blessings you let pass because you didn't believe you were worthy. I am not here to condemn you. I am here to interrupt the pattern. You don't need to live another year wondering where your breakthrough is. It's here. It's now. And it's being handed to you like a scroll lit with heaven's flame. Take it. Say yes. Accept the fact that this time you are not going to miss it. This time you will be the one who receives. My child, my beloved, something rare is happening. Heaven is giving you another chance. But with fire this time, with urgency, with the voice of an angel crying out. You've heard messages before, but not like this. You felt inspired before, but not like this. That's because this isn't inspiration. This is intervention. Divine interruption, prophetic timing, the kind of moment that reroutes your whole future if you obey it. And yes, I said reroute because what you thought was the way forward was just a hallway. The door is now visible, and this message is the key in your hand. My child, my beloved, don't question anymore. Don't talk yourself out of it. The miracle is tired of circling. It wants a home, and that home is you. But if you close your heart, the miracle will retreat. Not out of punishment, but because heaven never forces itself into places where doubt is louder than trust. You don't need more proof. You need more belief. This is your chance to show God that you trust Him enough to receive what your eyes haven't seen yet, but your spirit already recognizes. My child, my beloved, the last scroll I saw had a line written in golden fire. It said, "The one who believes now will see in full before others even know it's coming." That line was for you, not for the crowd, not for the doubters, for you. You are not here by accident. You are not being spoken to by chance. I was sent, and this is the only way I could get to you, through this message, through this moment. And now the choice is yours. Receive the miracle or let it walk away again. My child, my beloved, I need you to pause and feel this with your whole heart because something is standing behind you in the spirit right now and it's glowing with power. A presence has entered your atmosphere, and that's why the air feels heavier and holier than before. That's not your imagination. That's the presence of the angel assigned to deliver the miracle. I see him holding a sealed divine document rolled tightly with fire circling its edges. It has your name written in the center, not in ink, but in living gold. That scroll has been circling for too long because the timing wasn't right. But now the scroll is being lowered from heaven. and its landing depends on one thing: your readiness to receive what has never been given to anyone else in your family. My child, my beloved, you have broken so many cycles already. Silent battles you never spoke about. Decisions you made to walk away from what would have destroyed you. Prayers you whispered at night when no one else could hear. Those weren't wasted. Heaven was watching. I was watching. And now the reward is being released, but not in the form you expected. It's coming through a miracle that bypasses logic. And only obedience will unlock it. You cannot use your old mind to walk through a new door. That's why I've been sent. Not just to alert you, but to usher you into a reality where the curse ends and the overflow begins. But I must repeat, this window will not stay open long. It is already beginning to close. My child, my beloved, you have broken so many cycles already. Silent battles you never spoke about. Decisions you made to walk away from what would have destroyed you. Prayers you whispered at night when no one else could hear. Those weren't wasted. Heaven was watching. I was watching. And now the reward is being released, but not in the form you expected. It's coming through a miracle that bypasses logic. And only obedience will unlock it. You cannot use your old mind to walk through a new door. That's why I've been sent. Not just to alert you, but to usher you into a reality where the curse ends and the overflow begins. But I must repeat, this window will not stay open long. It is already beginning to close. My child, my beloved, the two people from your family who have been drawing from your energy, your blessing, your inheritance, they are unaware that heaven has now stepped in. This is no longer just between you and them. This is now between God and them. You have stayed quiet long enough. You have absorbed losses that were never your fault. You've convinced yourself it was just timing, just life. But I'm telling you, it was spiritual theft. And today the line is being drawn in fire. The leaking ends now. The draining ends now. What belongs to you will no longer feed those who dishonored it. This divine justice is wrapped in mercy because God is not punishing them through you. He is restoring you in front of them. My child, my beloved, when God brings a miracle, it doesn't arrive silently. It comes with sound. And right now, I hear the sound of heaven moving toward you like wind through the veil, like a roar of thunder wrapped in peace. It's moving in your direction, but the sound will fade unless you open the door of your heart. Now, I'm begging you with everything inside me. Don't miss this by telling yourself it's too good to be true. It's too divine not to be true. This is not fantasy. This is fulfillment. This is not a wish. This is a written decree. And you are the one it belongs to. But heaven needs your agreement and time is shrinking by the second. My child, my beloved, if you've delayed subscribing, this is the time. Do not wait another minute. Your obedience is not just symbolic. It's a signal to the angel waiting beside you that says, deliver it now. What's coming doesn't respond to confusion. It responds to clarity. And clarity is created by your yes. That yes can look like one simple act. One click, one heart-level response that says, I believe. You don't need to know every detail. You don't need to understand the future. You just need to let heaven see that you're not going to scroll past your own deliverance this time. You've done that before. Not again. My child, my beloved, I must now tell you about a vision that nearly broke me. I was shown your life 5 years from now if you receive this message. And I was shown your life 5 years from now. If you don't, the difference was breathtaking. In the first vision, you were surrounded by abundance, peace, health, and people who respected your light. You were living what you used to only dream. In the second vision, you were still surviving, still trying, still wondering if it would ever be your turn. I don't show this to frighten you. I reveal it to wake you. The door that leads to the first version is right in front of you. It has opened, but not for long. My child, my beloved, don't let distractions steal what you've already waited too long for. The enemy doesn't have to destroy you. He only has to distract you long enough to miss your moment. But I have come to fight off those distractions. Even now, I am clearing the noise, the anxiety, the lies, the fear. I am standing between you and the delay. But I need your trust to finish this mission. The moment you fully surrender, the miracle will not hesitate. It will come down fast and heavy, and you will know without a doubt that heaven stepped in for you personally. My child, my beloved, I saw your name written on a gate. Not just any gate, a financial gate guarded by angels. But for years that gate has remained locked. Not because you were denied, but because you were being prepared. If that gate had opened too soon, others would have stolen what belonged to you. But now the lock has melted and the gate is swinging open. What flows through it will touch every area of your life. But it is your obedience that opens the final latch. One last lock remains, and only your belief can turn the key. My child, my beloved, if you've ever wondered whether angels cry, the answer is yes. But only when they see humans walk away from miracles meant just for them. I have cried over you before. When you doubted yourself, when you almost gave up, when you asked God if He had forgotten you. I was there for all of it. But today, my tears are different. They are tears of joy because you're still here. You're still open. You're still reaching. And that means this miracle is still possible. It's not too late, but it's almost too late. Say yes before the clock runs out, my child, my beloved. The 2-minute miracle that was promised is not coming tomorrow. It's coming now. It is waiting just outside your spiritual threshold, listening for the sound of your surrender. Not complicated surrender, not religious performance, just a quiet, honest yes. Say yes and let heaven see you. Say yes and let the angels move. Say yes and you will never again wonder what would have happened if you had opened your spirit. You will know because you will see and you will receive. But only if you act before this message is gone forever. My child, my beloved, I must now tell you what was hidden from you for years. There was a moment in your past. You don't remember it clearly, but heaven never forgot it. In that moment, you gave up something sacred to protect someone else. You didn't complain. You didn't make it a story, but God recorded it. And because of that one act of selfless sacrifice, a miracle was written in your name, sealed in glory, and scheduled for release right now. Yes, this moment was written into your destiny, not because of something you're doing right now, but because of a choice you made back then when no one was watching. And now heaven is responding to it. But if you don't accept it, that miracle will remain unclaimed, circling in the spirit until time runs out. My child, my beloved, I must now tell you what was hidden from you for years. There was a moment in your past. You don't remember it clearly, but heaven never forgot it. In that moment, you gave up something sacred to protect someone else. You didn't complain. You didn't make it a story, but God recorded it. And because of that one act of selfless sacrifice, a miracle was written in your name, sealed in glory, and scheduled for release right now. Yes, this moment was written into your destiny not because of something you're doing right now, but because of a choice you made back then when no one was watching. And now heaven is responding to it. But if you don't accept it, that miracle will remain unclaimed, circling in the spirit until time runs out. My child, my beloved, not every miracle can wait. Some blessings are timeless, but others are tied to windows. This is one of those. You have 35 minutes and now even less to make the decision that could redirect the next 35 years. You may not feel ready. You may think you're not spiritual enough, clean enough, holy enough. But God is not asking for perfect hands. He is asking for open hands. And if you can open your hands, your mind, your heart right now, what has been delayed for decades will rush in like a flood. I'm not talking about ideas or dreams. I'm talking about actual manifestation. Things you can hold, see, feel, use, answers, wealth, peace, direction, love, truth, protection. My child, my beloved, I was told to protect you from spiritual theft. But that protection only works if you respond to the warning. The two people around you who are draining you are not just doing it financially. They are spiritually siphoning off what belongs to you. You've been exhausted and couldn't explain why. You've been confused about where your strength went. That's because their presence has been feeding on your delay. But God has said enough. This message is not just to inform you. It is to break the permission that allowed it. And all it requires is a full yes. Yes to God. Yes to trusting what's invisible. Yes to walking away from what seems safe in order to receive what is sacred. My child, my beloved, don't listen to the voice that tells you to keep scrolling. That voice is not your own. That's the voice that kept you poor when you were made for provision. That's the voice that kept you lonely when you were made for connection. That's the voice that mocked your prayers when heaven had already said yes. But today I stand in front of you, sword drawn, voice raised, telling that voice, it has no more authority here. I silence it in the name of the one who sent me. Your support really helps the channel grow. A $10 super thanks would mean a lot. Thanks. And now in that silence, you must say yes to the life that has been waiting on your courage. My child, my beloved, if you've already subscribed, know that heaven saw it. You didn't just press a button. You aligned yourself with prophecy. But if you haven't yet, this is the time. Don't do it later. Don't assume you'll come back because this is a divine test and not every test gets repeated. Your obedience unlocks the scroll. Your yes signals the angel. Your faith finalizes what has been hovering for too long. And it doesn't take a perfect life to receive it. It just takes now. This is about obedience, not understanding. This is about presence, not perfection. So say yes before the window closes and the miracle is reassigned. My child, my beloved, the window you are standing in is like no other. This isn't the kind that lets in sunlight. This is the kind that lets in destiny. And I saw it open with light so bright that it nearly blinded the watchers who didn't expect you to reach this moment. Yes, there were beings, spiritual and human, who thought you would never get here. But you did. You survived everything that tried to take you out. You endured storms that were supposed to drown you. And now that you are here, you are not about to miss what was written with your name before time began. I won't let you. That's why I was sent. To shake you, to wake you, to hold your spirit by the hand and say, this is it. It's time, my child, my beloved. God is not playing games with you. He has never been late, not once. But what you called delay was actually divine alignment. It wasn't time because your environment was not yet safe enough to sustain the size of the miracle. The people weren't ready. The support wasn't ready. Your own heart wasn't fully prepared. But now all the pieces have started to click into place. The ground beneath you has been softened. The walls around you have been thinned. And what once felt blocked has begun to melt. But it all depends on this. Will you open before the final drop of time runs out? My child, my beloved, there is a heavenly clock ticking right now. And it's not like any clock on earth. When the final second drops, the scroll that is now hovering will vanish. Not out of cruelty, but because miracles only land where belief is stronger than fear. This is not meant to scare you. It's meant to invite you, to show you what is possible when you take spiritual things seriously. You didn't stumble on this message. You were summoned into it. And this is the confirmation you've been silently begging God for. This is the sign you promised Him you wouldn't ignore. My child, my beloved, I saw your name again this morning. It was being whispered in a room full of light. There was laughter celebration. The angels were preparing something rare, a sudden divine reversal. Where your name was rejected, it is now being requested. Where you were last, you are now being placed first. Where the doors were closed, I saw them swing wide open one after the other as if recognizing your presence. But that vision was not a guarantee. It was a prophecy waiting for permission. And your permission is this. Believe, surrender, obey before it's too late. My child, my beloved, I will not speak forever. I was sent for a moment, not a lifetime, and my time is nearly finished. Once the 35 minutes pass, my voice will go silent and the opportunity will fold into the realm of what could have been. But I don't want that for you. I want this to be the moment you look back on and say that's when it changed. I want this to be the moment that ended the delay, exposed the lies, lifted the curse, and opened the vault. But heaven will not shout again. This is the shout. This is the final cry, and your heart already knows it. My child, my beloved, time is dissolving. You think you still have minutes, but in the realm of the spirit, windows close faster than clocks can count. This is not about fear. This is about alignment. What's coming to you is fragile, rare, divine, and intentional. Cannot land where fear reigns. But I see your heart is opening now. I feel your spirit softening. And as it does, the miracle begins to descend lower. This is real. It's happening. The shift is moving. You have not been overlooked. You are being reserved for this exact second. My child, my beloved, don't listen to the voice that says you've heard this before. No, you haven't. Not like this. Not at this time. Not with this urgency. This message was sealed for this hour only. It's the final key to a door that was half open, waiting for your full agreement. God isn't asking you to earn this. He's asking you to receive it. But receiving takes courage. And you have that courage. You've proven it by surviving what would have broken anyone else. You've proven it by still showing up, still believing, still holding on. Now prove it one more time by responding while the heavens are still open. My child, my beloved, the angel assigned to your life has been standing still for a long time, waiting for this divine yes. Not because you were wrong, not because you were weak, but because heaven needed this exact moment to come into alignment, and it just did. That's why your chest is tight. That's why your spirit is stirring. You are not imagining things. You are being pulled into divine movement. Let it carry you now. Let your soul say yes. Let your miracle come without delay. My child, my beloved, we are approaching the final few steps of this message. I can already feel the miracle preparing to land or preparing to lift. It all depends on you. What will you choose? Will you be the one who receives what others only dream of? Or will you let fear talk you out of the breakthrough again? You've come too far. You've waited too long. You've sacrificed too much to walk away now. So I say to you, this is your moment. Say yes and heaven will do the rest. Thank you for staying till the end. If this message made you think that itself is powerful, please remember protecting your money does not mean you do not love people. It means you respect your future. Start slowly. Check your accounts. Ask questions calmly. Stay informed. You do not need to fight. You just need clarity. If messages like this help you grow, you are become and welcome to stay connected with this channel only if this feel right. Stay smart, stay peaceful, and take care of what belong you do.